everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and today is a semi flip through of what I have done with the Dollar Tree Junk Journal Challenge, unofficial challenge from over at with Jessica at Paper Terrace. And I'm going to show you a couple of things that I did, a couple of things that I still need to do, but I'm to the point where I'm ready to sew in signatures, and then I can go back and add whatever little bits that I want to as I go. So this is how I did 3 signatures. This is how the 3 signatures look. This is signature number 1. The butterflies were cut out of the larger pictures of butterflies from off the back of the full-size calendar. And then these were some of the smaller pictures or larger pictures from the small calendar, I think, possibly. Anyway, I used them to form a tuck spot in the front corner panel, made tags from those index cards that I had dyed, and I added some of the ribbon that I had dyed from the Dollar Tree ribbon. I've added, when I made these, I made sure that they were a little bit longer than I needed, and then the cutoffs became tabs on the front. And then I'm really picky about particularly on pages of having the back, the rough part of the teeth of the staple showing. So I've covered those with some of the Dollar Tree tickets that I overdyed. They were green and yellow to start with, and then I overdyed them so that the white part around the border would be the same color. So I've got those in yellow and green. This is the only signature where I did not glue this part of the page ruffle down so that I could put a tuck spot there. The others I managed to glue down. So those postcards are elsewhere within, or index cards are elsewhere within the journal. Tried to alternate my colors a little bit. Included one of just the plain white sketch paper. This one I flipped up and became a pocket so I could tuck one of the index cards in. This one just flips open, so you've got all this writing real estate there and there. This is a napkin that I put in, and I'm not happy with my gluing on this. So that's why this journal is not going to wind up in my shop. This one's going to be one that I hang on to. And then these are made from the calendar pages. Remember I showed you I folded them up, used my circle punch to do a thumb hole, added my bling, and then could tuck in a tag there. This one I just left as a tuck spot. This is the book page pocket that I learned the other day. I think I showed you how we did that. If not, I will go back and link the tutorial for that in the bottom of the description box. And then a couple of tags. This one was made from the packaging of one of the items, and the from the greeting cards, and then the notepad that I had. Another slim pocket. I glued it on all 3 sides, so it's a really narrow pocket. So I took half of the length of an index card and added some lace. Tuck spot there. It's another one of the calendar pictures. I had pulled the wire out of the burlap ribbon so it lays flatter. Another tuck spot there. And then this here where I stapled this in place, I went back over and I just put a piece of the washi tape that I made using double-sided tape and a piece of the dyed paper. Another one of the pockets. We're into the second half of the signature. Another tuck. Another pocket. So that's my waterfall, or my stack a note. And apparently, there we go. I think there's like 5 sheets here for the stack a note. And then this was made using the book page, a strip of the dyed composition paper, and then one of the calendar squares, and then another one. This is one of the pictures from the back of the mini calendar. My greeting card. And then where I had to narrow down the belly band here, I used the cutoffs and used those for tabs. This is a pull out here. I used my decorative scissors and the calendar page, the small pictures on the back, and I made canceled postage stamps out of those. And then the double tuck pocket here, where I had been doing, see if I can find one really quick. Of course, not that I want one now. Where I did a quarter of the doily here, this is the bottom half. And I've rounded the corners so that it'll tuck in there and not snag on the doily quite as easily. So there are 3 of those. Now, I had told you, first off, let me talk about the elements, how I came across my elements. I have an entire coffee mug from here that I made sticks, craft sticks, a long time ago, and they're inspiration sticks, where Julie, one of my first challenges with Julie, the things we had to make, I printed them out on paper and decoupaged them over metallic painted tongue depressor sticks. And so what I did was I just pulled a few out of there to work with, and that's how I knew I wanted to do the paper ribbon ruffle. Let's see. This was the paper ribbon ruffle that I did. And I knew that I wanted to do that book paper pocket, and that's the one that I couldn't remember whether I showed you or not, this one. I needed a top tuck, so that's what I did here. Lined journal space, that is the stack a note, and I combined that with the belly band. Napkin or tissue, and you saw that where I had the napkin on the page. Somewhere in here. I know it's in here, but you know where it's at. And then the handmade washi, the bling, and the postage stamp. And that's how I knew what elements I wanted to put in here, so I kind of had a direction of where I was going. Now, I still have lace left that I can go back and add in here. I also still have more of the tickets left, more of the ribbon cutoffs that I can go back if I want to do something with those before I throw the remainder away. I was not happy with the fact that that sheer ribbon does not dye very well, or at least it didn't with the egg dye. It may work better with a different dye, and I'll give it a shot before I cancel it completely as whether or not you can dye with it. So that was the journal challenge that I did. Now the other thing was, I told you that I had a tip for you in learning how to gauge what size of a spine that you need, and I got this from April over at Pink Oddbird. Before you put your cover together, put your signatures together and just let them be what they are. After you've got them embellished and they're done, then you can take a ruler, let's see if I can do this without squishing it, and you can see how much space you have here. So I would know that I need to do at least a 3-inch spine on this book if I don't want gator mouth. And if I put a 3-inch spine on there, it's going to sandwich that beautifully, and I won't have this going on where it puffs out. I can go ahead and know that I need to do a 3-inch spine across here to give me my room. And actually I'll probably do a 3.5 or a 3 3/4 spine just to make sure that that's done. So when that is done, I will come back and I will show you that on a Finish It Friday. For now, I'm going to leave this Dollar Tree junk journal as it is. You've seen the inside. You've seen what I can do with just junk journal products and a few tools from my stash. And tomorrow begins the first day in the 7 Days Summer Digi 2021 Junk Journal Challenge. Let me try that again. 7 Days Summer Digi 2021 Challenge with Dear Julie and Kara Brandon Creations. And we will be doing that for the next 7 days. So I hope you'll come back and see what all of us come up with. There will be, I'll try to remember to list everybody, all of our elves who are participating, which means we are the officials. Let's show you what we can do with this, with these 2 digital kits. But you can also, the hashtag will be available, that all you have to do is key that hashtag into your social media, and you'll be swamped with lots of information of what you can do with the 2 digital kits. So I want to thank you for joining me in the studio today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Had you seen this tip on determining the size of a spine that you need before? Or if it's new to you, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for joining me. Creative blessings.